We are the debt trap generation. We simply do not make enough money. I'll explain. One of our generation's biggest problems is the fact we cannot create wealth. We cannot save money fast enough to buy big ticket items like cars or houses. So we have to finance them. This financing ends up becoming a trap because we then own nothing and are in debt to everybody. I have a £55,000 student loan debt, which last time I checked because of interest had risen to £75,000. The interest on it is more than I can realistically pay off in a year. So that debt's going to keep on rising. So this is basically an extra 9% tax on all my earnings over £25,000 for the rest of my working life. Cars are incredibly expensive these days, and if you're lucky enough to be able to afford the down payment on one, you'll end up financing it for at least a 48-month period. At which point, when that's done, the car will have depreciated so heavily in value that you'll be forced to buy another one just to be able to keep the original equity that you put into the car, and keeping it new enough to not spend thousands and thousands of pounds on repairs. Housing. If you do rent, you'll find that at the end of the month you have next to nothing to put away in savings for you to one day afford a deposit on a house. But let's say you inherit 30 grand and you want to buy a house or a flat. The hundreds of thousands of pounds that you have to borrow to actually buy the property, the interest on it will then create payments that are more expensive than the rent you're paying currently, thus creating another debt trap. This is something people often miss out also when buying and selling houses. It tends to cost thousands and thousands of pounds to do either. So it's not just like if you need to sell the property, you can get all your money back instantly. And also, this isn't like old 25-year mortgages that our parents got and paid off by their mid-50s. Oh no. These are 40-year mortgages, which means most of us won't pay them off until we're in our 70s. We can finance everything. Amazon, PayPal, Klarna. Most places allow you to pay in installments but with interest. This is normalising not paying for things outright, meaning that companies can very, very slowly creep up the price of items because you're already used to paying for it in installments. This also really hammers home the idea of once you get into the system, you get stuck in it. And if this isn't bad enough, because of government mismanagement, taxes on your earnings are going up and up and up, making it harder and harder to save or just make those mountain of monthly payments. We will soon hit a breaking point, either where people refuse to enter the system or we hit financial breaking points. But someone in the government needs to notice that forcing Millennials and Gen Z into debt isn't solving any problems, it's compounding them.